Hi everyone, I want to give you just a quick guide to PowerPoint. So I want you to kind of play with it over Christmas, okay? What I tell all the younger ones is the 7-7 rule, okay? Which you might think is a bit insane, but just listen to what I'm saying, okay? So if I'm presenting something on the screen to you, which I do use PowerPoint sometimes, if there was loads and loads of writing, you couldn't see it. And the idea of PowerPoint is some people learn by listening, some people learn by seeing. So if I can get the listening and the seeing in, hopefully mostly you'll understand, if that makes sense. So if the text is too small on PowerPoint, you're not going to learn a thing if you're a reader, okay? So 7-7 rule. Hold on, I'm having trouble. So this isn't a hard and fast rule, but what I'm trying to say to you is try and have a maximum of 7 words to a line and a maximum of 7 lines of text to a page. And that just makes it easy to read for people, because if there's too much text, as you know, people just switch off, okay? So let's go to the next page. Right, so as I've just said earlier, people do learn in different ways. Some people like to read, some people like to see, some people like to hear. So we're trying to cover all the bases with PowerPoint, okay? So if someone has their main ideas in their presentation, they should then expand on what they say. So I know I've just read that to you, but it should be there as a prompt for the speaker to say something else, okay? Really, you shouldn't read off the presentation if you're presenting. It should just be a reminder that you can expand on, okay? Now, you can create speaker's notes just in case people get lost, because if you're presenting to a lot of people, suddenly you might get a bit scared and kind of lose where you are. And you can have speaker's notes which can say what you're going to say, but we'll come into that later, okay? Now, a good presentation should have a theme. Can you see all this purple? You know I like purple. So it's all purpley stuff, and you can choose your own theme. That's fine. But be consistent with the theme all the way through the same presentation, okay? A good presentation should be free of any spelling or grammatical errors, because if I've made a mistake, you are going to notice it, absolutely guaranteed. It should flow sensibly, it shouldn't be all over the place, and it should use images to enhance the presentation, okay? So that's an element of a good presentation. Elements of a bad presentation, they use clashing colours and fonts, which I'm going to show you an example in a minute, have writing that is too small to read, it'll be inconsistent, it'll be all over the place, it'll have loads of spelling and grammar errors, it will jump from one part to the other without reason, and it will use bad images that overlap, okay? So what I'm going to show you now is an example of a bad presentation. Don't do something like that. Look at that, that is, you know, you've got a red title on red, and that's enough to give me a headache. Anybody likely to have a migraine? Wow. So that's not too bad with the images. Go to the next one. Now, can you see that's overlapped in red and blue together and not good? Can you see there's just too much there? It's awful, okay? Tiny pictures, why are they all at different angles? There's no reason for them to be at different angles. It's silly. And there where they've done the bibliography, okay, you can see they're all different colours. You can hardly see that green, you can hardly see the blue. It's just not good, is it? It's not good at all. And then this people has done, now they've done the bibliography and they've done it in a different theme. And can you see that bibliography? It doesn't really tell you where you can get it. It would be great if it just said gov.uk or justice.gov.uk, you see? So that was a bad presentation. Let me show you a good one. So example of a good one. This is the same presentation, but with a better theme, okay? So here, okay? Same person, okay? But we've put light borders around it. It's nice, it's just sensible, okay? Exactly the same thing. Can you see it's bigger, okay? You can look at it. The images make a bit more sense. They can be at an angle because you're trying to get it in. Obviously you could move that a bit if you wanted to, but that's fine. This is the same information, but as you can see, bigger font, it's easier to see. And the bibliography, as you can see, it's just judiciary.gov and justice.gov and the name of the paper. That is good. So that was a good presentation as opposed to the bad one, okay? So now I'm going to show you how to create a very simple presentation, because you're actually going to need it for your TASKI assessment. You've got to put something, I haven't told you what yet, into PowerPoint, okay? So let's just start with a new presentation, okay? Right, so new presentation. Okay, so it comes up as just blank. And let me just extend this a little bit. No, actually I won't yet. What you can do is you can, yeah, well actually, just design it. Just move this across, everybody. Can you see, mine has come up with design ideas. It doesn't always come up with design ideas, but these are the themes. So you could use any of these themes, okay? Okay, I'm just going to move back a bit. I don't know, everything should change, right? Now I can decide, actually, I want a design. So let's click on design. And if I click down that, I can choose any of these as a theme. So let's choose, or just do my bog standard favourite. There you go. Because you've just seen, I normally use the purple version, don't I? Okay. I can decide, I don't like green. So I can go down there and go, I'm going to change the colour. I'm going to change it to blue. I can go that colour, that colour, that colour. So I can go through and change it to any one I feel like. So you can do this with any of the designs, okay? So let's do that, for example, okay? There you go. Now this is a title slide. Yeah, so this would be, when you do it, task E, and then whatever subject I tell you. And click down, then you'd put your name, yeah? Now you need another slide. Obviously that's just a title slide. We need another one. So if we click on home and we go there, new slide, let's have title and content. Okay, so this could be my subject, and then we can have an example here, another example here, lots of text here. Okay, now I might decide, oh, that's a bit too small. So what I can do is I can select it and go, I want it to go bigger. Lovely. I can decide there's too much space here. Well, that should be my subject. Oops. I can say, well, let's click here. You can see this, it's like two text boxes. I can go, no, I'm going to move it up, make it bigger. That's better. Okay. So that's quite good, isn't it? And then when you want another slide, you can just go, yeah, I want a new slide there. Lovely. And this will be about anything you want. And text here. Okay. Now, when you print it out, I'm going to need to, well, you're going to need to prove that it's yours. So what we need to do is put headers and footers in. So if you go insert, you can go header and footer, and it all looks complicated. I could automatically put the day and time and today's date, or I could go footer and put listers task E. Okay, and I can say don't show it on the title slide, apply it to all. Can you see there? Now you've got my name there on that slide, and it's there on that slide, but it's not there on the title slide. So that's quite handy, isn't it? That is good. Okay. Now, I don't want you to waste your printer credit at all. Okay. So what we could do is, when you go to print it, you can go File, Print. Okay. And then you see at the moment you're just printing the whole slide. Can you see that? You'll be printing the whole slide. But you could say, oh, I want, no, but it's, where have I done it? Print. Oh no, I've totally forgot what I'm doing. There you go. I can say, well, I want 2 slides to a page. Okay. And that way, when it prints out, I'm only taking 1 page for 2. Okay, that's much easier, isn't it? So that's one way of doing things. Later on, we're going to be asking you to do speaker's notes, but I'm going to show you that later. At the moment, I'm just going to go back. I want you to have a play. Now, say I've chosen this theme and I think, actually, I don't like mustard. I can go design. Oh, I think I'll go that one. There you go. And I've changed the theme totally throughout it. Can you see? I've just changed it. Hopefully I can go and change the colours. Let's see, can I go like that? Is it going to allow me to change it to that colour? Probably not, because that's a wood effect, never mind. But then, of course, when you change it, it might change things like this. But that's fine. Because you remember I made that a bit bigger, didn't I? I can make that small again. There you go. Okay, so you just choose the design that suits you or what you like. Totally, absolutely up to you. Okay. Now, sometimes you might want to put an image in. Okay, an image might be useful. So I'm just going to click to. Oh no, that's oh yeah. I use free screen recorder. There you go. You know my secret now. Let's have an image of a judge. Yeah. Judge, not Judge Rinder, because I can't stand Judge Rinder because he's not a judge, he's a barrister. That's my pain. Go to images. Okay. Why is it always the Americans that come up? I should say Judge UK. That's better. Right, so that's a Supreme Court judge. Okay. So what I need to do is, if I want that, I can left click, right click, copy. That gets complicated. Use your snipping tool. Go there, go snip, snipping tool. That's one I used earlier. Go new. Right, notice it all went grey. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, well, I've got the four-headed arrow. I'm just going to go, yeah, that. And I've selected it. I can click back to my PowerPoint and I can say, right, I want an image there. Right click, paste. There's my image. And I can move it about however I like. Isn't that nice? I can put a frame on it if I want. Look. See, these are the formats. So I can go, oh, I want that frame. No, I want that frame. Oh, no, I want a different frame. I want that frame. So you can change lots of stuff around, no problem. You can change the colour. Look, I can go, oh, no, I want her to be purple. There you go, she's purple. If you're not happy, just go undo and it will undo it, okay? So there's lots of little things you can do. So it might be a good idea for you to have a little play with this, and you are going to need it for business skills, but actually when you work in the legal secretarial sector, you might have to pitch for a client, so you might need to create a PowerPoint for people, okay? So just showing you that. That's just the end of my little PowerPoint presentation. So just have a little go at it if you can, if you don't know it already.